This is the No BS Coaching Advice Podcast. I'm your host, Jeff Altman, the Big Game Hunter. I'm the head coach for NoBSCoachingAdvice.com, and welcome. I try to do this show regularly about some element of life, the universe, or everything. And the trigger for today's show was an exchange that I had with the office of a urologist I've been seeing for more than 6 years. And it culminated in a letter being sent to me firing me as a client. Now, I'm not here to criticize the urologist. He is fine. My issue is his office and how in one way or another they have botched my care for at least 3 years that I recall, the last 3 years. And I think there was one more episode during the first 3 years that I saw this doctor. No matter. The issue came down to my feeling like I was being treated like a salami, a slab of meat that is inconvenient for them and their lack of correct follow-through. For example, the doctor's care is fine, no issue whatsoever, but how many years consecutively can you see a physician and have the prescription botched or not having a lab done that's needed to extend the prescription? And, on the last visit, they missed even taking the lab, and it prompted me to call them once I was denied coverage, finding out what the issue was, and have them calling them and saying, hey, I was in for a renewal of this prescription that required you to take a lab, and you didn't take it. And you didn't file it with the insurance company, and you botched it. So I need to come in again, have it done, have it sent to the lab. And if you think I'm going to pay a copay or anything else for it, you're mistaken. Now, this is the final trigger, of course, from their side, because I'm a bad patient. I don't like being treated like someone who's being put through their meat grinder. And it begs the question of how often I or you make people not feel really well cared for. And I know it's a complicated issue as it is for this doctor, that you're living with time limits and you're living with a certain amount of pressure. And mistakes occur, and that's why I didn't raise the subject for several years, because I'm human, and I wasn't being adversely affected, but after 3 consecutive years of mistakes, I decided to speak up. So I'm just telling you that there are probably times where you may be treating people like a salami, where you may be treating like someone, or treating folks in some way like they're going in the funnel. They're chopped up, homogenized, and they have to proceed out the bottom of the funnel. Is that the way you want to be treated? Really? Is that how you want to be treated? Consider that there might be a better way where you show a degree of care and love for your client or patient or whomever that makes them feel as though they're well cared for. Hope you found this helpful. I'll be back soon with more. In the meantime, have a great day. And if you're interested in my coaching you, send me an email, jeffaltman@thebiggamehunter.us. In the subject line, put the word coaching. Tell me what it's about in the body, and we'll schedule a time to speak. Have a great day. Take care.
The podcast you just heard was recorded with Anchor. If you want to make your own, download the Android or iOS app completely free from anchor.fm/podcast. That's anchor.fm/podcast.